There's something dangerous about 2 a.m. The charts look different. Your mind feels different. And every decision feels heavier than it would in the daylight. Most traders won't admit this. But the worst mistakes they ever made didn't happen during market hours. They happen late at night, when the world is quiet, and your thoughts get loud. I learned this the hard way. It was more than 20 years ago. A night when stress, ego, and exhaustion pulled me into a trade I had no business taking. I had spent the entire day losing. Not big losses, but the kind that slowly grind at you. A death by 1,000 cuts. Paper cuts that don't hurt individually, but tear you apart collectively. By midnight, I couldn't sleep, couldn't think, couldn't sit still. Every loss replayed itself in my head, like a broken tape. Every mistake looked clearer in hindsight than it did when it actually mattered. So I went back to my desk, turned on the dim lamp, sat down in the quiet, and opened my charts. That was mistake number 1. No trader belongs in front of a screen when their mind is noisy and their heart is unsettled. But at 2 a.m., you convince yourself that clarity is only one more trade away. I saw a currency pair drifting sideways. Thin liquidity. Tiny candles. A market that should have been ignored. I zoomed in. Zoomed out. Adjusted indicators I didn't even use anymore. And then I did the worst thing a trader can do. I created a setup that didn't exist. Late at night, your brain becomes a liar. It tells you that every move is a sign. Every flicker is a signal. Every small shift is an opportunity. And so I entered the trade. Nothing dramatic happened at first. Just slow movement. A small red candle. Then another. I felt tension rising in my chest. Not fear. Frustration. Frustration that I couldn't even make money when the market was barely moving. So I did what every trader does. Right before they blow up, I added to the position. I wasn't trading anymore. I was begging the market to fix my day, to make me feel better, to give me back a sense of control. But markets don't heal you. They expose you. Suddenly, liquidity thinned out. A few orders hit the book, and the price snapped downward. In one violent move, my stomach dropped. Not because of the money, but because, in that instant, I knew I wasn't in control. I knew the truth. This wasn't a trade. This was desperation, wearing the mask of strategy. And desperation always loses. I sat there, staring at the screen, feeling the heat rise in my cheeks, my heart pounding in my throat, a ringing in my ears. That drowned out everything else. I hovered my hand over the mouse, ready to add again, ready to make the worst mistake a trader can make. Twice. And then something happened. I caught my own reflection in the dark window beside me. My face was tense, eyes bloodshot, jaw clenched, shoulders hunched. I didn't look like a trader. I looked like a man trying to outrun himself. That reflection saved me. I stopped, closed the position, took the loss, turned off the monitor, and I sat in the dark for a long time, thinking, breathing, realizing. That night taught me something I wish I learned earlier in my career. No good trade happens after midnight. Only emotional ones do. At 2 a.m., you're not fighting the market. You're fighting your own exhaustion, your insecurities, your fear of failure, your need to feel in control. And those battles cannot be won on a chart. Since that night, I made a rule. One that I still follow. One that every trader should follow. When the mind isn't right, the platform stays closed. No exceptions. Not for boredom. Not for curiosity. Not for frustration. Not for the illusion of just one more trade. The market will always be there in the morning. Your capital won't. If you keep chasing ghosts at 2 a.m. If this story helped you, like the video and subscribe for more old trading secrets.